Hiking with a dog changes everything. You have to worry about claws ripping the floor, muddy paws everywhere, and whether there's actually enough room for both of you to sleep. I didn't want to risk a ruined trip, so I bought and tested 5 of the most popular dog-friendly tents, ranging from ultralight backpacking models to spacious base camps, to see which ones actually survive a trip with a canine companion. Product number 1: Mountainsmith Morrison 2-Person. Starting with the Mountainsmith Morrison, this felt like the perfect middle ground right out of the bag. It's a true backpacking tent, but the floor felt thicker and more rugged than the ultralight stuff, which is a huge relief when you have a dog with sharp claws. Setting it up, the bathtub floor design comes up high, so when my dog shook off mud and water, it stayed contained and didn't soak my sleeping bag. The 2-door and 2-vestibule layout is the real winner here. I could stash my pack on one side and let the dog enter and exit through the other, so he wasn't constantly trampling over me to get out. It breathes really well too, so the wet dog smell didn't get trapped inside. If you need a durable, budget-friendly tent that you can actually hike with, this is a fantastic choice. Product number 2: Coleman Evanston Screened Camping Tent. Next, I looked at the Coleman Evanston. Now be real, at this weight you aren't hiking 10 miles up a mountain with this. But for short trek-ins or establishing a base camp for day hikes, the space is incredible. My favorite part is the screened-in front porch. It acts like a mudroom. I could towel off the dog in the porch before letting him into the main sleeping area, which kept the interior surprisingly clean. The WeatherTech welded floors held up great against ground moisture. Inside, it's massive, room for me, the dog, and a ton of gear without feeling cramped. The setup took about 15 minutes, which is reasonable for the size. If your backpacking involves a short walk to a scenic spot and you want a dedicated patio for your dog to lounge bug-free, this is the one to grab. Product number 3: MSR Hubba Hubba NX 2-Person. Then I switched to the serious gear, the MSR Hubba Hubba NX. Holding this packed up, it's shockingly light, under 4 pounds. This is the only one on this list I'd take on a multi-day through hike. The 20 denier ripstop nylon is high quality, but I was a little nervous about dog claws, so I definitely recommend using a footprint or a light blanket on the floor just to be safe. Despite being lightweight, the pole geometry pulls the walls outward, so it doesn't feel claustrophobic with a dog inside. The 2 vestibules are spacious enough to store a muddy pack and muddy dog boots outside the sleeping area. It's expensive, but the weight savings are undeniable. If you are counting every ounce and need a high-performance shelter that can still squeeze in a furry friend, this is the gold standard. Product number 4: Coleman Elite Weather Master. I also tested the Coleman Elite Weather Master. Again, this is a heavy-duty option for base camps, not long hauls. But what hooked me was the built-in LED lighting system. There is nothing harder than trying to find a black dog in a dark tent at 2 a.m., and the wall switch light made late-night potty breaks so much easier. Like the Evanston, it has that screened porch, but this one felt even roomier. I set up a dog bed in the screen section, and my dog loved sleeping there while still feeling close to me. The interior is cavernous, fitting 2 queen airbeds, so if you have multiple large dogs, nobody is fighting for space. If you prioritize comfort and visibility over weight and you hate fumbling for headlamps, this tent is a luxury. Product number 5: Wenzel Klondike 8-Person. Finally, I checked out the Wenzel Klondike. This tent is interesting because of the convertible screen room. You can zip up the flaps to make it a second sleeping room or leave it open as a breezeway. I used that front room exclusively as the dog room. It gave my dog his own private space to sprawl out, which meant I got a much better night's sleep without elbows or paws in my face. The T-style door is wide and easy to open, so letting the dog in and out wasn't a hassle. The mesh roof vents kept the air moving nicely, even with the windows zipped up for privacy. It's big and heavy, but for a large family with pets doing a weekend trip, the separation of space is brilliant. If you want a tent where your dog effectively gets their own bedroom, get this. So whether you need the ultralight mobility of the MSR or the dog room luxury of the Wenzel, there's a solution here for your next trip. I've left links to all these tents in the description below so you can check the current prices and specs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you and your pup on the trail.